Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man wala. Then Alhamdulillah, we've reached Al-Aslu Thani. Al-Aslu Thani, the second foundation or second rule or second fundamental. Al-Aslu Al-Awwalu Sabaqa wa huwa ma'rifatullahi azza wa jal. Al-Aslu Al-Awwalu Sabaqa, meaning sabaqa, meaning to proceed. It has proceeded, like we have in the Quran, as-sabiqun al-awwalun, those who have went forward due to their good actions, they have proceeded, right? Wa huwa ma'rifatullahi azza wa jal, and it is the having the knowledge or the awareness of Allah azza wa jal. As for Asl Thani, huwa ma'rifatu din al-Islami bil adilla. Ma'rifatu din al-Islami bil adilla. Ma'rifatu dini is mudaf ilay. That's why we have this kasra there. And din al-Islam is mudaf ilay. That's why we have this kasra there on the Islam. Bil adillati. Adillati is majroor because of the ba, right? The awareness or knowledge of Islam bil adilla, with evidences, with the evidences, right? The plural of dalil. He says, Shaykh Abdul Muhsin al-Qasim, wal aslu thani ma'rifatu din al-Islam wa qala bil adilla. He says the second fundamental, ma'rifatu din al-Islami. Again, mudaf ilay, mudaf ilay. Ma'rifatu dini al-Islami, the knowledge or awareness of the religion of Islam. Waqala, and he said, bil adilla, and he said with the evidences. Li rusukhi fi din wal ilm. Li rusukhi, it's majroor because of the lam.
Li or lil?
Lir rasukh, because it's a
okay.
Lir rasukhi.
Oh, okay. So shut the order.
Right. Lir rasukhi, and rasukh comes from ra sin khaf, meaning to become firmly grounded and established, as we have in the beginning of Surah Ali Imran, that when it talks about the people who want to know the ambiguous matters of the Quran, then they seek fitna, right, and they seek to cause corruption in the earth, and but the interpretation of them is with Allah, وَالرَّاسِخُونَ فِي الْعِلْمِ, and those who are firmly established in knowledge, right? لِلرُّسُوخِ, in order, meaning bil adilla, meaning the evidences, لِلرُّسُوخِ فِي الدِّينِ وَالْعِلْمِ, so that a person can become well established in the religion and knowledge. The more you know the evidences for what you're doing, then the more you are well established in the religion, the more you are well established in knowledge. وَلَوْ عَرَفَ الشَّخْصُ, and if a person knew, shakhsu is the fa'il, marfu'. لَوْ عَرَفَ الشَّخْصُ al-Islam, if a person knew al-Islam, maf'ulun bihi, mansub, biduni adillatin, without evidences, yasihhu islamuhu, his Islam is correct. لو عرف الشخص الإسلام بدون أدلة, if a person knew Islam, if a person new Islam without the evidences, يَصِحُّ إِسْلَامُهُ, his Islam is correct. Then he brings the definition. Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, what's in bold is the speech of Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, right? وهو الاستسلام لله بالتوحيد والانقياد له بالطاعة والبراءة من الشرك وأهله. He says, basically, Deen al-Islam هو الاستسلام لله بالتوحيد. Al-Istislam is from the same root as al-Islam, sin, lam, mim, but this is form 10. And what we know from our forms of the verbs, that every time you add a letter or every time you add to the root, right, then you add to the meaning. So al-Istislam means to surrender or to submit, while Islam means to basically to accept Islam, and it means to turn oneself over to Allah. While Istislam means to submit and to surrender. All of that, they're basically almost synonyms, or synonyms, not synonyms, synonyms. I thought I was in Memphis for a second. I said synonyms. Synonyms. So they're almost synonyms. However, al-Istislam has more of a detailed meaning with a deeper submission. And it is al-Istislamu lillahi bit-tawheed, to surrender to Allah with tawheed, meaning tawheed al-rububiyyah, tawheed al-uluhiyyah, and tawheed al-asma'i wa sifat. Right, to surrender to Allah, to submit to Allah with tawheed. وَالْإِنْقِيَادُ لَهُ بِطَاعَةِ. Inqiyad is from qaf, waw, dal. That's the root. It means also to surrender or to submit. Right? Lahu, to him, bita'ati, with obedience. Right? With obedience. Wal bara'atu min ash-shirki wa ahlihi. Wal bara'a, as we said, comes from ba, ra, hamza, meaning to disassociate yourself, right? Al bara'atu, disassociation. Min ash-shirki wa ahlihi, from shirk and its people. So the meaning of the religion of Islam, according to Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, huwa al-istislamu lillahi bit-tawheed wal-inqiyadu lahu bit-ta'ah wal-bara'atu min ash-shirki wa ahlihi. Right? Now just a quick thing, and he will explain some of it below, and that is the difference between al-istislam wal-inqiyad. And I was looking it up when we first came into class. Basically, they're interchangeable. Al-istislam wal-inqiyad, both of them mean submission. But if we look at the way that Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab brought the definition, he said al-istislamu bit-tawheed wal-inqiyadu lahu bi-ta'a. Right? And that is to submit to Allah in tawheed and to submit to Him in obedience. Here, he's bringing both the outward and the inward actions. The inward actions of the aqidah, bit-tawheed, and the outward actions of obedience, such as salat and zakat and siyam and hajj and so forth, bit-ta'a. So that's somewhat of the difference. Sheikh Abdul Muhsin al-Qasim, he says, هذا تعريف شامل. هذا تعريف شامل. This is a comprehensive. Shamil, as we said, means to include and to, to cover and surround, right? هذا تعريف. This is a definition. شامل, a comprehensive or a complete definition. ومعنى الاستسلام لله, and the meaning of al-istislamu lillah, of the submission to Allah. Ya Rabb, Ya Rabbi, oh my Lord, right? Kullu ma ta'muruni bihi ana asma'u lahu mustaslimun laka. Ya Rabbi, right? Which was originally Rabbi with a ya. However, this has been dropped and it's shown by the kasra there, right? We know that the kasra goes with the ya, the dhamma goes with the waw, and the fatha goes with the alif. So they drop this ya a lot of times, and the sign of that ya is inside of the kasra. So Ya Rabbi, O my Lord, kullu ma ta'muruni bihi, kullu ma ta'muruni bihi ana asma'u lahu. Asma'u lahu, I listen to it, meaning I listen to it. Mustaslimun, mustaslimun, basically like Muslim, right? Mustaslimun laka, I am submitting to you, right? Mustaslimun laka. Ya Rabbi, kullu ma ta'muruni bihi ana asma'u lahu mustaslimun laka. Ya, O my Lord, everything you command me with it, I listen to you, or I listen to it, submitting to you. وَمِنْهُ, and from it, sumiya al-muslimu musliman. And from it, meaning from this al-istislam, sumiya, meaning this is the passive of sama, meaning to name. So sumiya, the Muslim is named Muslim. The Muslim is called or named a Muslim, right? Because of this word, because of this Islam. لِأَنَّهُ مُطِيعٌ, because he is muti'un lillah. Muti'un, as we can see, it goes over here to the ta'ah. It's related to that, right? Muti'un lillah. It's the name of the person who's doing it, or the adjective. The muti' is the obedient. Mustaslimun. لِأَنَّهُ مُطِيعٌ لِلَّهِ مُسْتَسْلِمٌ, submitting. كُلُّ مَا يَأْمُرُهُ اللَّهُ بِهِ يَفْعَلُهُ. كُلُّ مَا يَأْمُرُهُ, everything he commands him, Allah, Lafdul Jalala is the fa'il, bihi yaf'aluhu, he does it. Everything Allah commands him with, he does it. Any questions?
لا.
Let's read to there, inshallah ta'ala, while we are on the, then we can scroll down, inshallah.
Say again.
Let's read to there, to that point, and then we can scroll down.
Oh, okay.
Walaikum salam. Huh?
I'm here.
Okay, we didn't say anything.
Okay, I thought maybe you were looking for me.
I'm
I
sure.
just went out.
That makes me think you weren't here, brother. Go ahead. Abdullah, go ahead.
الأصل الأصل
Al-aslu.
لطاني أصل ثاني الأصل الأول سبق وهو معرفة الله عز وجل معرفة دين الإسلام بالأدلة والأصل الثاني معرفة دين الإسلام وقال بالأدلة للرسوخ في الدين والعلم ولو عرف الشخص الإسلام بدون أدلة يصح إسلامه
There's a shadda on that ha. Yasihhu.
يصح.
No.
Can I say يصح? What did I say?
Yeah, you said it just again. Yasihhu. No, yasihhu.
Oh, yes. Oh, it's a shatter. Okay. That's what he's saying. يصح. Okay. إسلامه وهو الاستسلام لله بالتوحيد
No. Go ahead, fadl. Sorry.
والانقياد له بالطاعة والبراءة من الشرك وأهله. هذا تعريف شامل ومعنى الاستسلام الله يا رب
لله.
لله.
Remember, there's no alif here, so it's
Okay, yeah. Okay, استسلام لله يا ربي كل ما تأمرني به أنا اسمع له.
Asma'u.
That's S.
Yes, asma'u. Because it's not a
The
command
third.
verb.
Okay.
There actually should be a hamza there. Asma'u.
أسمع له مستسلم لك ومنه سمي المسلم مسلمان لأنه مطيع لله مستسلم كل ما
مستسلم
مستسلم
There's two scenes.
I know that. I thought it was a mutis.
No,
But it's mutes.
No.
متسلم كل ما يأمره الله به يفعل. Okay.
Mustaslimun.
Yeah, mustaslimun.
يلا أبا سمية.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الأصل الثاني. الأصل الأول سكر وهو معرفة الله عز وجل، معرفة الدين الإسلام بالأدلة. وأصل الثاني معرفة الدين الإسلام وقال بالأدلة للرسول في الدين والعلم ولو عرف الشخص الإسلام بدون أدلة يصح إسلامه وهو الاستسلام لله بالتوحيد والانقياد له بالطاعة والبراءة من الشرك وأهله. هذا تعريف منه ومعنى الاستسلام لله يا ربي كل ما تأمرني به أنا أسمع له مستسلم لك ومنه سمي مسلم مسلما لأنه مطيع لله مستسلم كل ما يأمره الله ما يأمره الله به
لا يأمره ما
ما
يأمره الله. This
ما
is a,
يحمر ما يحمره الله به يفعله
no.
يحمر
يأمره الله به. Yes.
ما يحمره ما يحمره الله. The how there is the مفعول به.
Yes. And Allah is the Allah lafzul jalala is the fa'il.
نعم.
No. Then he says, وَكَلِمَةُ Muslim. And the word وَكَلِمَةُ Muslim. The word Muslim. تزكية عظيمة للشخص. تزكية عظيمة للشخص is a tremendous عظيم تزكية. تزكية from zay kaf ya, meaning purification. That's what zakat does. It purifies you, right? Purifies your wealth from anything wrong, right? تزكية عظيمة للشخص. It is a tremendous tazkiyah, a tremendous, but here it doesn't mean purification like that, but it means like a recommendation or something along those lines, right? Tazkiyah, like someone gives you a tazkiyah, they give you a recommendation, right? Because they've purified you from wrongdoing, they've purified you from bad, character and elements, right? Tazkiyatun azimatun lishakhs. The word Muslim is a tremendous recommendation for a person. كأن يقول له كأن يقول له من أنت. So like if he said to you, who are you? If someone said to you, يقول, meaning someone, right?
Yeah.
If he said to you, men anta, who are you? Ala ayyi dinin. Upon which? Ay means which. Ayyi dinin. And the word following it is going to be mudaf ilayh. Ayyi dinin. Upon which religion? Yaqulu, he says, ana alladhi, I am the one. Ati'u Allah. Ati'u Allah. I obey Allah. Wa af'alu. Wa af'alu jami'a. All, and I do or I perform all of awamirihi. Awamirihi. I do all of his commandments. وَأَجْتَنِبُوا أَجْتَنِبُوا and I stay away from. This is from Jim Nun Ba, which we had yesterday, being next to or beside. Like if a person was drowning, وَبِجَانِبِهِ, and there was next to him someone, he could ask for help, no problem. Right? But this is every time we add letters, we add meaning. So we added a ta here, right? Ijtanibuhu. This ta means to be beside something, meaning you're not with it, you're beside it, you're away from it. You're not with it, you're next to it. Like I'm not with him, I'm over here, he's over there. Wa ajtanibu jami'a nawahihi. Nawahihi, the plural of prohibitions, right? Awamir is the plural of amr. Nawahi is the plural of nahi. Right? وكلمة مسلم تزكية عظيمة للشخص. And the word Muslim is a tremendous recommendation, if you want to say that, for a person. كأن يقول له من أنت. So it's as if he said to him, who are you? على أي دين. Upon which religion? يقول, he says, أنا الذي أطيع الله. I'm the one who obeys Allah. وأفعل جميع أوامره. And I do all of his commands. وأجتنب جميع نواهيه. And I stay away from all his prohibitions. Is that clear?
Yeah.
طيب. الاستسلام لله بماذا؟ بالتوحيد. الاستسلام لله بماذا؟ بالتوحيد. Submission to Allah in what? In tawheed. وإن استسلم له بالتوحيد. And this is a noun here, past tense. وإن is, right? وإن استسلم له بتوحيد. And if he submits to him in tawheed, atat from ata, to come, right? But here we got a feminine file here, right? And this is the feminine. Atat is the feminine of ata, she or it came, for a feminine item. Atat baqiyatu at-ta'at. Baqiya is from baqa or baqiya, meaning remaining, right? Not remaining. Baqiyatu at-ta'at. The remaining or the remainder of obediences. The remaining acts of obedience. Tabi'an lahu, following it. Atat baqiyatu ta'at tabi'an lahu, following it. Meaning, if you submit to Allah in tawheed, then the rest of the actions are going to follow. The rest of the actions are going to follow it. Right? When istaslama lahu bit tawheed, and if he submits to him in tawheed, atat baqiyatu ta'ati tabi'an lahu. Then if he submits to Allah in tawheed, then the remaining acts of obedience come following it. فالأصل التوحيد. فالأصل التوحيد. The asl is tawheed. ولو عمل الفروع. ولو عمل, and if he did الفروع, he did the فروع. الفروع is the opposite of usul. Usul are the foundations. The furu' are the subsidiary matters. For instance, al-usul, they're the obligatory matters. So if he did the 5 daily prayers, right? If he did the 5 daily prayers, well, the furu' would be your sunnahs. The furu' would be, for instance, your sunnahs. Or any other thing which isn't obligatory, right? So, or it could be here, if we read the rest of the sentence, it could be matters which tawheed is necessary for them. So the asl is tawheed. وَلَوْ عَمِلَ الْفُرُوعَ, which would be baqiyatu ta'at, the remaining of the acts of obedience. So he did salah, he did zakat, he did siyam, he did hajj. وَلَمْ يَسْتَسْلِمْ لِلَّهِ. وَلَمْ يَسْتَسْلِمْ And it has a sukoon on the meme because of lam. Lam makes it majzoom. Lam yastaslim lillah bitawheed. Ma sumiya musliman. Ma sumiya musliman. He is not called a Muslim. When istaslama lahu bitawheed. And if he submits to him in tawheed, atat baqiyatu ta'ati tabi'an lahu. The remaining acts of obedience come following it. Fal aslu tawheed. So the fundamental or the origin or the foundation is tawheed. Walau amil al furu'a walam yastaslim lillah bitawheed ma sumiya musliman. And if he did the subsidiary actions and he did not submit to Allah in tawheed, then he's not called a Muslim. Any questions?
Sumiya.
Sumya is to be named, right?
Okay.
Got it?
No.
So we can go to the next page
Yeah.
and read from there, inshallah. Ya Aba Sumayya.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وكلمة مسلم تزكية عظيمة شعب كأن يقول له من أنت أنا أي دين يقول أن الذي أطيع الله وأفعل جميع أوامره
Awamirihi, huh? I didn't hear you clear. Nah, there you go.
أوامره وأجتنب جميع نواهيه الاستسلام لله لماذا بالتوحيد وإن استسلم له بالتوحيد أتت بقية الطاعة تبعا له والأصول التوحيد ولو عمل فروع ولم يستسلم لله بالتوحيد ما سمي مسلما.
يلا عبد الله.
وكلمة مسلم تزكية عظيمة للشخص كأن يقول له من أنت ألا أي دين يقول أن الذي أطيع الله وأفعل جميع أوامره وأجتنب جميع نواهيه الاستسلام الله.
الاستسلام.
Okay, I don't know. Why is it? Because it's first. It's nothing in front of it.
Because it's a noun. That's how it works. Al-istislam.
Oh, okay. Al-istislamu.
Is it, okay. When you seek forgiveness from Allah, what's it called?
Yeah. Okay.
Istighfar.
Al-istislamullah.
Al-istislamu lillah. Al-istislamu lillah.
Yeah. Al-istislamullah.
La.
Oh. Okay. Al-istislamu lillah. I'm running over that. Okay. Bimada bit-tawheed. I don't know why I keep doing that. وإن استسلم له بالتوحيد أتت بقية الطاعة تابعا له فالأصل التوحيد ولو عمل الفروع ولم يستسلم يستسلم لله بالتوحيد لله بالتوحيد ما سمي مسلما.
I have a question.
Well, Fadl.
Yeah, is it tabian or tab'an?
I was just getting ready to correct that because when I was looking at it while you guys were reading it, I was looking it up again. Taba'an. Taba'an. Taba'an.
تبعين.
No, taba'an, not tabi'an. Taba'an. Taba'an.
No.
I was thinking of tabi'an. Like that. Right? Which would have somewhat of the same meaning, but I was thinking tabi'an, but here's taba'an. Taba'an.
استسلم له بالتوحيد.
طيب. والانقياد له بطاعتي, and submitting to him in obedience. يعني, and here we go, Abdullah. استسلكت.
استسلكت.
But actually, Allahu Alam, this should be a meme, not a kaf. Right? Because the kaf and the meme are right next to each other on the keyboard. Right? And the word, this could be from the word salaka, mean to tread or to take a path. And it could be form 10, but I don't see a form 10 in the dictionary, although there could be one, right? But Allah knows best. We're talking about istislam, right? And all of a sudden he comes with another word which is not going to make as complete of sense as if we just say that kaf is supposed to be a meme. If I say istislamtu bit-tawheed, I submitted to Allah with tawheed, that makes much more sense than istislaktu, right? Right? And it just goes in line. So that's a typo, and Allah knows best. And istislamtu bit-tawheed, I submitted to Allah, or I submitted with tawheed. A'mali.
Is tislam lamtu or is tes?
It's this, no, because it's past tense.
Okay, is tis.
No. Okay, no. It's this lamtu. No.
Is tislamtu. Okay. Is tislamtu bit tawheed.
Istislamtu bit-tawheed. Now, I submitted to Allah in tawheed. A'mali lillah. My actions are for Allah. Falamma istislamtu laka. And here we again, just confirming the mistake above, right? Istislamtu laka. So when? Falamma. So when? Falamma. Lamma is when. So when I submitted laka to you, Ya Rabb, Ya Rabbi, O my Lord, kullu ma ta'muruni bihi, everything that you command me with, anqadu lahu. Anqada lahu. Naam. Inqada lahu. He obeyed, he basically submitted to him. Inqada lahu. He submitted to him. The person who says this, right? Min salatin wa ghayriha. min salatin, from salat and other than it. Right? So, as we said, inqiyad and al-istislam and the word Islam, then they all are synonyms. But they're not 100% synonyms. They all have different shades of meaning. Al-istislam means to submit, while inqiyadu means to submit. Right? Al-Islam means to submit. Right? So, what's the difference between al-istislam wal inqiyad? Then here we say, the Sheikh, he said, Sheikh Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, he said, al-istislamu lillahi bit-tawheed, submitting to Allah in tawheed, meaning in aqidah, in sincerity, in the batin, meaning with sincerity and with tawheed. Wal inqiyad, this submission, lahu bita'a, with obedience. So once I submit, yani istislamtu bit-tawheed, I submitted with tawheed, a'mali lillah, so all my actions are going to be for Allah. Alhamdulillah, sincere.
Yarhamukallah.
يهديكم الله ويصلح بالكم. فلما استسلمت لك, for when I submitted to you, Ya Rabbi, O my Lord, كل ما تأمرني به, everything that you command me with, then this person, inqada lahu, he submitted to him, min salatin wa ghayriha, from salat and other than it. ثم alhamdulillah.
Yarhamukallah.
يرحمك الله.
يهديكم الله ويصلح بالكم. ثم انتقل إلى أمر ثالث. ثم انتقل meaning to move, from noon qaf lam, meaning to move, right? ثم انتقل, then he moved, he went on, إلى أمر ثالث, to a third part. Because now we're learning the definition of Tawheed, ya akhwan. I mean of the deen of Islam. What is the deen of Islam? The definition of the deen of Islam is al-istislamu lillahi bit-tawheed wal-inqiyad lahu bi-ta'ah. And the third one, ثم انتقل إلى أمر الثالث البراءة من الشرك وأهله, to have disassociation, to have freedom from shirk and its people. فلا يكفي البراءة من الشرك فقط بل حتى يتبرأ من أهله. And it should be أهله, not أهلهم. Right? Because we're talking about shirk. And it is not plural, right? It should be أهله. فلا يكفي. So it's not sufficient. البراءة من الشرك فقط. Huh?
لا. Bara'atu.
Yeah. البراءة لا يكفي. It's not sufficient. Right? فقط means alone. Or that's it. Right? Just by itself. لا يكفي البراءة من الشرك فقط. بل rather حتى until يتبرأوا من أهله, he frees himself from its people as well. So it's not sufficient that he just says, worshiping Jesus or anything else, this is foolishness, but then he goes and he associates and makes his friends and his helpers and his protectors everyone else except makes all the people who worship Jesus or anything else his friends and his protectors and all of that. That's not going to be good. Rather, you have to have this freedom and disassociation from shirk and his people. That doesn't mean you don't have family members who might not be Muslims or so on and so forth, that you have to deal with them, and you deal with them in kind way in order to give them dawah. But you don't have this association, this brotherhood with them, right? Al-bara'atu min ash-shirk wa ahlihi, freedom from shirk in his people. فلا يكفي البراءة من الشرك فقط بل حتى يتبرأوا من أهله. Rather, he must also disassociate from its people. فلا بد. فلا بد. La bud is a phrase meaning no doubt. No doubt. فلا
No
بد.
doubt.
Huh?
You said no doubt.
Yeah, no doubt. فلا بد في البراءة من أمرين. فلا بد, so no doubt. In البراءة في البراءة من أمرين. In two matters. البراءة من الشرك وأهل الشرك. وأهل الشرك. Why is it أهلي? Because it's going back to the min. ومن أهل الشرك. No doubt you must have this freedom or disassociation from shirk and the people of shirk. Any questions?
I guess even with the comma in there.
Yeah, even with the
going
comma.
back. Okay.
There are no commas and question marks and periods and all that in real Arabic. I mean,
In real Arabic.
when's the last time you saw a question mark in the Quran? هل أتاك حديث موسى? Have you heard the story of Musa? You see a question mark there? No, sir. And a lot of times, whoever typed this up, they put these things there. They're confusing us a lot of times. If you remember, there was times when they should have been here instead of here. They should have been over here instead of after the word "min." They should have been before, and so on. We've seen that a couple times. They've actually confused us more than they've helped us.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well, maybe, since this was a recorded lecture that was transcribed and just put out online for people to benefit from, when we get to the explanations of Sheikh Salih Fawzan and other than them, it will be something that has really been edited for reading purposes, and it'll be better for us, inshallah ta'ala. Let's read this section here, huh?
No. Well, and Kiyadu lahu bita'a يعني استسلمت بالتوحيد أعمالي لله فلما استسلمت لك يا ربي كل ما تأمرني أمروني right
Ta'muruni. No.
تأمرني به إن قاد له من صلاة وغيرها ثم انتقل إلى أمر ثلاث
Look where your alif is. Thalith, not thalath. Thalith.
Okay, ثالث. والبراءة من الشرك وأهله فلا يكفي البراءة من الشرك فقط بل حتى يتبرأ من أهله فلا بد في البراءة من أمرين البراءة من الشرك وأهل الشرك.
نعم يلا أبا سمية.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان والانقياد له بالطاعة يعني استسلمت بحيث وأهملي لله أما استسلمت لك يا ربي كل ما تأمرني به إن قال له من صلاتي وغيرها ثم انتقل إلى أمر ثالث والبراءة من الشرك وآله فلا يكفي البراءة من شرك فقط بل حتى يتبرأ من آله فلا بد في البراءة من أمرين البراءة من الشرك وأهل الشرك.
Now, and there's only 5 minutes left, or a little less than 5 minutes. But now he's going to go into the fact that Islam has, the religion of Islam has 3 levels. وَهُوَ ثَلَاثُ مَرَاتِبَ. And it is 3 levels. 3 levels. Maratib from martaba. Martaba. Right? Maratib is the plural. It is 3 levels. And maratib, as we can see here, is mamnu min as-sarf. It should be, or it is majroor, but it's majroor with a fatha. وهو ثلاث مراتب. It's 3 levels. Al-Islam, wal-Iman, wal-Ihsan. These are the 3 levels in the religion of Islam. Al-Islam, wal-Iman, wal-Ihsan. He says, Thalathu manazila. And manazila is on the same scale as maratiba. So it is also mamnu min as-sarf. Inshallah, we'll stop here. Right? And we'll just read this on Laylatul Jummah. Cool?
No.
Okay, so hopefully, how's the understanding going? Are we understanding, or are we just reading words and figuring out vowels, or are we actually understanding what we're reading too?
A little bit. I'm understanding a little bit of it. You know, like I said, most of my concentration is trying to get them vowels right, putting them in the right place, pronouncing the words right. So I think later, I'm gonna have a better understanding when I do learn more of the word and get the structure. Because the grammar is getting there. Because that's helping a whole lot.
Right. Well, part of it is just going to be to keep reading it. So read this page and a half that we read today. Read it tomorrow like 5 times. You know, read it after Fajr, read it after Dhuhr, read it after Asr, read it after Maghrib. 4 times, just say, And you got your vowels written on it if you wrote on it. And just read it. And so read it for...
I try to write the vowels on the words that I don't know.
Right, I understand.
Yeah.
And that's fine. If the main thing in the religion, the main thing is going to be that you understand it. So if you come in and you say, well, tutita maratibu, it's aslami al-aymani wal-ahsani wa alaykum salam wa rahmatullah. And who cares? You see what I'm saying? As long as you know that Islam has 3 levels, Islam, Iman, wa Ihsan, and you just said it wrong, you said it wrong. Who cares? The main thing would be the understanding of the religion. So, but the main thing of our class is to get you to read properly so that you can start to read the books and stop needing translators and so on and so forth, right? And that's got to do with learning grammar and reading and taking practice. So that's what we're doing. We're practicing reading together,
Yeah, sure.
But take your time and like I said, read it after Fajr. Read it after Maghrib. It took us an hour to read this page and a half, almost. Say 50 minutes, right? 55 minutes to read this page and a half. It's not going to take you that long to do it on your own.
No, I know that because you're going over and then we read and everything else. I'm
going over word by word, then 2 of you guys are reading it and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Plus I'm giving so it's going to take you, say, 7 minutes. So you do it after Fajr, you do it after Dhuhr, after Asr, after Maghrib, and then after Isha we have class. So if you do it 4 times, number 1 in class, you're getting your reading together. Number 2, you're going to get your reading together and you're going to be starting to understand the text. And so just take every day the page and a half that we do, maybe 2 pages. Not very often we do 2 pages, but page and a half, 2 pages that we do, and just read it 4 times, man. And 3-4 times throughout the next day, and that way inshallah ta'ala, man, it's going to increase you.